그 시간에 딴 것이 무슨 얘기 시간을 갖다
이것은요, 등장인물인 국왕과 왕비, 왕세자와 세자비.
During the boarding process for your flight.
사과를 해야 돼. 너가 언니가 자꾸 태워줘.
suele trabajar que para con el país.
Tren dirección a
No, yo
Pues si no lo ves, pues no te enterarás de nada, si quieres verlo. Tienes que ponerte la capa y aprender.
No es escamado, no es que cuando te comes y ves que hay como...
Lo vemos en market من الميه للنور.
Cuidado al abrir los compartimentos superiores. Cuando la señal de cinturones se apaga.
Direction.
niño pasaba por y el niño al último. Después para abajo y avanza, se la decimos todo.
एक गिलास पानी दियो वाटर बहुत ना खाली जीवन কিছু রাখি পুরো
Sí, para el recuerdo. Ondan sonra da böyle aşağıya
Wait, wait.
Oh, okay. Okay. Ah, okay.
Просто така рожа получается.
Joke about Aboriginals here.
way you have the kitchenette and the laundry.
Ah, okay. Laundry is free?
Laundry is for washing machine, it's 4,
Yes.
and dryer it's 3.
Ah, okay.
Bathroom shower.
Okay.
that one.
Vance.
Mas é engraçado como as coisas mudam.
Depois não vinha até a...
Depois veio mais abaixo. Vinha por trás do alquimista, que ainda estava à rua, eu ali fora, e ele, ao chegar ao Moca,
Nem sequer, acho que não foi logo aqui. Um pouco obrigado a fazer determinadas coisas e isso é que eu não quero. Eu não somos várias pessoas andarem a pedir aqui e ali. Do painel e ver todas as vocês não querem, vocês não querem ser ajudados. Não querem ser ajudados.
Vai o carro bem para trás. Para o carro bem para trás.
Eu sou teio. Não adianta nada.
Não aprendo.
Mind the gap.
Sí, la de...
YouTube y demás.
Gracias, muchas gracias. Chao.
A muralla. A muralla. This is época. Here this is molino. And in this street this is Xeitoso. This is open now. It's
open
like
now.
this. It's similar. Okay.
Another restaurant is...
In the shore.
On demana de...
Se congela.
En primavera,
No, se congela
porque
porque fai moito frío. Está
Thank you very much. Thank you, thank you. Thank you. Hola.
O la institución que sea. Ya no hablo de partido.
Una militante del Partido Socialista que acusaba al secretario general del PSOE, Jacinto Remolinos, de acoso sexual. Esta denuncia lo que presenta son cientos de mensajes que recibió.
Metieron el baremo y quedaste ahí, ¿eh?
Gracias. Is this country beer?
Yeah, it's from the Basque Country, so it's not from Galicia, but from Spain. It's from Spain. And for you, it's shrimp.
Shrimp?
Está bien, está bien, está bien, está bien. Está bien, está bien. Queda. Está, ya está. Ya está. Ya está cerquita. No, miro, no miro. No. Oporto.
Yes.
Por aquí. Digo, hasta Santiago. No está bien, no está bien. No tiene nombre. Espera. Pero con un nombre. Para.
Oh. Gracias.
No pone nombre. Aquí no pone nombre. Ferreira Mauro José.
Legal. Where are you from?
Ukraine.
Ukraine? Ah. Yeah, it's very beautiful.
Yes.
Really, really beautiful.
Yes. Take a video and send it to you.
No, it's okay. I'm okay. I'm okay. Pero ¿cómo bajo, tío? ¿Cómo bajo, tío? No, sí, hasta mi casa.
What do we have more? $35.
Ah, tout est
for
pas
private
haut.
room.
Ah.
Ooh, that's wet. Yeah, this one is mine, yes.
Okay? Anything, zeg hier only open that and take your look.
Top.
Compostela, Daniel Castillo.
¿Qué número quieres? ¿Tienes menos? Sí. ¿Qué número? Uno cualquiera. Vale.
So.
It's lonely that I didn't mind. I was feeling safe.
120.
Adesso Ponto Vedere. Sì.
Yes.
That's me
Oh,
happy.
yeah. Oh. Yes, very beautiful.
Hola, ¿hablas español o inglés? In a hotel.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah. What is his name? Yeah, I think.
Yeah, but I swear, look. Look.
Buen camino.
Ciao. Understand. Alberghe Cantina. Porto, Pontevedra, Santiago e a Corunna. No, when we arrive it will be 44. So
you need to arrive before 12.
you have to stay inside till the end of the messa. And
비토! 원몰 안녕 이경동 플리즈. 안녕 안경동. 바이 땡큐.
Okay, he's okay.
That's right.
John is good.
On the breakfast.
Ah.
I have 2 cats.
Ah,
that
okay.
don't-
We drink a beer.
I have one day here a pilgrim that he esto celular de Peppa. And I don't feel something wrong. It's always great.
Mhm.
Sky. It's too. For me, when don't rain more than 1 week, we are here tomorrow to Padrón to the left and cross a small bridge.
Mhm. Yeah, then cool down a little bit. A little bit.
Really crazy.
Ah, it's a nice place.
I have a soup but without pasta. It's only vegetables.
Mira, ya veo. De una, así, muriendo.
Was het wel echt vet met die cake en die gebakken eitjes werden gemaakt. En dat was echt een uitermate niet hostel waar ik zat. Bij mij gaat het goed. We hebben een kap hier op de tafel. We hebben net
A comer.
¿Sabes qué?
Guapa.
Oye, hay que llevar a los
¿Qué vas a buscar los productos?
No, yo lo decía.
¡Qué loco! No, no hay verdad. No.
Village.
So they teach Russian engineers for the making drones. It's the World Cup right now, so need like more like 10-15 years.
Okay, yeah.
The school don't have a religion, I think.
Okay, but mostly people in which... Well,
Mr. Martin!
Oh!
For another person that you love.
Oh, how much is it?
Is 5 and 5.
Wow.
Only 10.
Okay.
All my job is for two.
Gracias. Buen camino.
I'm always gonna have the... hotel and say I'll pay, but I say no. That's only reason for what I pay is best and anything. I don't have his stuff.
No, I did backpacking, been all over the world. This one I have it already for 8 years.
One of my friends said sometimes we need to go to the port. The next one is
Oh, say
Hello. Buen camino.
Buen camino.
Okay, elevator.
Yes, yes, sure.
3?
3,
Okay.
but copy, no, you know, this is automatic.
si vas en autobús, vete, pero yo tengo que cocinar.
Ten cuidado aquí que tuvo un herpes aquí. Pequeñito.
Ja, over het algemeen, hier over het algemeen wel. Yo, zeg.
Certificate.
Yeah, of course.
Yes.
You can buy two.
Two?
You can buy two.
Really? Why? What?
You can one for certificate for walking the Camino, and one certificate for how many kilometers. Hi, doggy. Hola, perro.
Oh. Oh, sorry.
Now we go. I think it's Alex.
Yes.
Yes, it's Alex.
Yes. Oh, he's very fast.
Yeah. No, but we stop, eh? We stop, we break. I think you walk from the Albergue straight to here.
Yeah.
I have no sunny days. It's okay. Longer on the way, but.
Hi.
Nothing. No stem. Over the Taj Mahal, that was like unbelievable, especially
Thank you very much.
No problem, anytime.
happy days. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. No one cared about that. No,
Voy a plantar este árbol.
Yeah, but pay attention, eh? You can't always sort it out.
sí. ¡Buen camino!
The arrival there.
Have you gotten the stamp yet?
Not yet. I get it somewhere else. I think it's here. My friend Alex. Chaos. Big chaos.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Hello. Yes, of course. Yeah. We don't have to ask. Because
Almost finished. Finished. I'm good, but
this is the price.
El chino. Estás muy cerca de Vietnam.
Exactly. Eres abierto.
Hello! Nice to meet you!
In the north, is the North Sea.
Everyone is there.
I like that. Okay, yeah, I like that.
I was like, you're fast. I believe someone is there.
Crisps.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, goodbye.
Chao, buen camino. Very nice. Thank you. Muchas gracias.
Yes.
Muchas gracias, amigos.
Okay.
Okay, chao.
Yep.
Pasa que abúsanse dos servicios mínimos que teníamos que facer. Que pasa? Que temos un problema tamén nós. Se non faz un servicio mínimo, te podes ter un problema.
Oh, smells very good.
Enjoy.
Estamos 5. También c'è una mano.
Destino Barcelona Sants.
Te puede ir a Louis Vuitton, te puede ir, no sé qué marca digo, qué más.
You just have an extra one.
Okay.
This one. And please don't lose the key because we're gonna need it when you return.
Ma io vorrei darci a fare una foto. Dove?
Bah, normalement, c'est là, ouais. There you go.
No?
قال لك ده هو حوار اصلا بنته دوت يا بنتي كده مسكنا في تجربه وطلع عنه حاجه يقول ايه بس انا تجربه طبعا
later I will explain you some symbolism of the olive tree and some other trees. Yeah.
Ja ho sap, eh? Nosaltres som.
No, i foties una altra volta això, una altra d'aquells, ho fotia. Sí, o si molt més.
De eso me podría muy bien. No, eso no sí que no te lo hago. No, eso no.
¿Dónde estamos? Vale.
They were too clever with the contracts. Okay? Gracias.
Right, creo que este coche me dio directo.
Is the proximity of its graves to the sea, allowing their drop.
Traditional Catalan dry sausage.
Oh, how much is?
€5. All euro.
Hola. Hola, ¿quieres algo? What do you like? Hola, buena.
A lot of times